Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I want to share with you factoring trinomials. So, let's start. Remember that a trinomial has three terms and it's classified as a perfect square trinomial or non-perfect square trinomial. Before we can get to defining a perfect square trinomial, we need to review some vocabulary. Perfect squares are numbers or expressions that are the product of a number or expression multiplied to itself. Example, 8 times 8, which is 64. So 64 is a perfect square. Also, a squared times a squared is equal to a to the fourth. Therefore, a to the fourth is a perfect square. A trinomial is a perfect square trinomial, even it can be factored into a binomial multiplied to itself. Example, a plus b times a plus b. By using the distributive property to find the product of these two binomials. So a times a is a squared. A times b is ab. B times A is also AB. B times B is B squared. And then simplify by combining like terms. So A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. Another example is A minus B times A minus B. So get the product of these two binomials by using the distributive property. A times A is A squared. A times negative B is negative AB. Negative B times A is negative AB. And B times negative B times negative B is positive B squared. Simplify. So A squared, then add negative AB and negative AB, that is negative 2AB plus B squared. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared and a squared minus 2ab plus b squared are perfect square trinomials. So again, to get the factors of perfect square trinomial, so just get the square root. So example, okay, doing the reverse process. So a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, so to get the factors, first get the square root of the first term. So the square root of a squared is a, and then get the square root of the third term. So the square root of b squared is b, and then follow the sign of the middle term. So plus a plus b, and then a plus b, or apply the product rule. So a plus b times a plus b is a plus b raised to the second power. Similarly, for a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So again, get the square root of the first term, which is a, and then square root of the last term, which is b, and then follow the sign of the middle term. So minus. So a minus b times a minus b, or that is the square of a minus b. Okay, let's find the factors of the following polynomials. So the first one is 36m to the fourth plus 84m squared n cubed plus 49n raised to 6. Again, before we can use the previous process, see to it that the polynomial is a perfect square trinomial. So in this case, the first term is 36m to the fourth, which is a perfect square. So therefore, this is the value of a squared. It follows the value of a is 6m squared, which is the square root of 36m to the fourth. Recall, to get the square root of a literal coefficient, like in here, just divide the exponent by 2. Okay, Now for the last term, which is 49n raised to 6, which is also a perfect square. So this is the value of b squared. Then get the value of b. So what is the square root of 49n raised to 6? So it's 7n raised to the power of 3. Now recall that a squared plus 2ab plus b squared is equal to the product of two binomials, which are a plus b times the quantity of a plus b, or which is equal to the square of the sum of a and b. Now, but first, let's check if the middle term is equal to twice the product of a and b. So let's check. So 6m squared times 7n cubed is equal to 42m squared n cubed times 2, which is equal to 84m squared n cubed. So therefore, the factors are 6m squared. And then since this is plus, so this is plus 7n cubed times the quantity of 6m squared plus 7n cubed, or that is the square of the sum of 6m squared and 7n cubed. Okay, let's have the other one, which is 625a squared b squared minus 50ab plus 1. So the first term, or the 625a squared b squared, is a perfect square, and the square root of 625 is 25. So therefore, the value of a is 25, which is the square root of 625. And then the square root of a squared is a. The square root of b squared is b. And then get the value of b, which is the square root of 1. So which is 1. Recall that a squared minus 2ab plus b squared is equal to a minus b times a minus b, or that is the square of the difference of a and b. Now let's substitute. So where a is 25, ab. So since this is minus, so minus, and then the value of b is 1, times the quantity of 25, ab minus 1, or that is the quantity of 25, ab minus 1, close quantity raised to the second power. So third example, again, this is a trinomial. So this is the first term, second, and the third term. So 4 is a perfect square, then the power of this is an even number, therefore the first term is a perfect square. So this one is a squared. Then 9 is also a perfect square, which is the value of b squared, and then find the values of a and b. So therefore a, so first get the square root of 4, which is 2. Then the square root of 3x minus 2y, so just simply divide the exponent by 2. So the square root of this is 3x minus 2y. Next, then get the value of b. So square root of 9 is 3. Then the middle term, so 2 times 3 is 6 times 2 is 12, which is equal to the middle term. So therefore, the factors are the quantity of 2 times 3x minus 2y, and then since this is plus, so plus the value of b, which is 3, then times the quantity of 2 times the quantity of 3x minus 2y plus 3, or that one is bracket, then 2 times the quantity of 3x minus 2y plus 3 raised to the second power. But then, we have a brackets here and parentheses. So simplify the expression inside the bracket. So distribute 2 to 3x minus 2y. So that one is 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 2y is negative 4y. And then plus 3 raised to the second power. Okay, another one. Negative 2y squared plus 20y minus 50. Is this a perfect square trinomial? Definitely no. It's because negative 2 and negative 50 are not perfect square. So first thing, factor out the GCF, or factor out negative 2. So negative 2y squared divided by negative 2 is y squared. Then 20y divided by negative 2 is negative 10y. And then negative 50 divided by negative 2 is positive 25. Okay? And then examine this trinomial. Is this PST? By the way, PST is the acronym for perfect square trinomial. Okay. So let's check. Y squared, yes, it's a perfect square. 25 is also a perfect square. So it follows this is a squared and this is b squared. So then the value of a is y and the value of b is 5. So 5 times y is 5y times 2, which is 10y. Okay? So therefore, the factors, we have negative 2 times the quantity of y. This one is minus 5 raised to the second power.